You going to tell a good one this time, Ray?
I got a couple of names I want to put on recording.
Okay, you're recording.
You're recording. Okay, Blackie fucking Lawless.
Oh boy.
Suck my dick. Frankie Sullivan, I love you to death. I think that's about it.
Well, I'm glad we got that on camera. Thanks. Thanks for checking out Party Like a Rockstar podcast. I'm your host, Joel Miller. Today's episode is brought to you by Misha's Kind Foods. They're an LA-based small business making the world's finest non-dairy cheese spreads on the market today. They're delicious and healthy, made from a cashew and almond milk, and blended with various locally sourced fresh herbs, vegetables, and spices. There's no vegetable oils, soy, fillers, starches, or nutritional yeast. It's lactose-free, paleo, keto, kosher Parev, and 100% vegan. Enjoy the show.
Okay.
Eddie Meade has been a touring drum tech since 1998. He's worked for Sevendust, Alter Bridge, Steel Panther, Rob Zombie, Breaking Benjamin, Paramore, A Day to Remember, Gojira,
Obviously,
obviously my
French
favorite.
for Godzilla, actually.
Well, Gojira. Was that better?
Yes, that's better.
It's Gojira. It's très bien.
It's French.
Oui.
French. Obviously, my favorite band. I know everything about them. Hinder, Saving Abel, Survivor, Arch Enemy, and Opeth.
Yes, sir.
My friend Ray Gronvall is a tech and sound guy. He's worked for Hammerfall, Hinder, Venom, Opeth, Starship, Adam 812, Amon, Amarth, Ratt, Thin Lizzy. I love Thin Lizzy. Survivor, Bad Company. That's very cool. Morbid Angel, W.A.S.P, and Arch Enemy. That's great there. When you throw the little interjectors and the guys in Survivor are like, what the fuck? What about us? Why didn't we get anything, man? We wrote that cool Rocky song. And this guy's like, oh, Opeth. Whoa.
No, Survivor was awesome to work for.
You know what's funny? I've had a couple people on here that were with Survivor. I guess Survivor tours a lot.
No, they're still out there. They're still doing it. They're still working. And
Weekend Warriors. They do the corn dog circuit a lot. That's what we like to call it, the corn dog circuit.
Fried cheese curds.
Yes, absolutely.
Elephant ears.
The elephant ears. Yeah, here
Fried
you can
Twinkies.
jump off of a crane there with a bungee cord in some of those places, Ray.
Ray would do something like that.
Yeah, Ray would do some shit like that.
I did. Probably.
I love that video. So I go snooping around for you guys. So basically it's the band, was it Venom or whatever, and they're just making fun of you. And they're like, stick them up on the crane, stick them up in the crane.
Oh, you saw that video?
I watched the video. They're all laughing at you. And then I'm waiting like, what happens if the crane thing doesn't work? They're like, we had a show planned and we stuck them in the air.
No, the funny thing is the tour manager booked me to do the bungee jump at 6:30 p.m.
Right.
And then Cronus found out that I'm gonna do a bungee jump, and he's like, no, you can do the bungee jump at midnight after the show.
See, that's what I was talking about.
But I need you for the show. So I had to move it to midnight.
See, I think the louder the band is, the more savvy they are.
No,
we can't lose this guy. If we lose this guy,
no, he's like, you can die tomorrow. We don't need you tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll get another guy. We're big. We'll fly him in. But tonight there's no flying.
No,
too late in the game.
It was pretty epic, and that was good times.
Good to hear. I don't know. I wouldn't do that shit. I think you're nuts, but hey. I did jump out. I jumped out of a plane with my yoga friends. I got real into yoga. And how do you
do yoga and planes?
So they were like they're like getting us in the gear to go jump out of the plane. and they're doing all this yoga shit in the thing, and I'm kind of looking at them like, time and place, guys, because everybody, the people that aren't yoga people are looking at them like, what the fuck are they doing? Because they would do like group yoga where they're standing on top of each other, like making pyramids. And the problem with this whole thing was the guy who straps up to you because he knows how to do it. And so he's talking to me, and I'm deaf because there was a roadie. So all I hear him, he's from Brazil. I'm like, oh, I did Rock in Rio. And then whatever he's talking about, I don't know. So we go up in the sky. We're in the airplane. It's obviously really loud. You're in a little shitty airplane. And he's still talking to me. I'm just smiling away and nodding at the guy. So we jump out of the plane first because we're by the door, which was funny because they'd all been arguing the entire time over who jumps out of the plane first. I could give a crap, but I was there. So we jump out of the plane, and the guy starts hitting me. And he's smacking my shoulder. And finally, I'm like, screw you. Just I start smacking him. Well, what he was trying to do was, what he was asking me in the plane was, do you want to pull the cord or do you want me to do it? And I'm just smiling away and nodding because I don't know what he's talking about. So I learned some valuable stuff from all of it. He kept smacking me, man. And I'm kind of like, dude, what the fuck you keep hitting me for?
Yeah, that is some, yeah.
They should tell you that on the ground. There's a few things they should tell you. Your nose gets real cold and your ears get real cold because you're really high up. So they should say, hey, wear a ski mask. You'll be really stoked that you did. That would have been nice. The second thing is, hey, I'm going to pull the cord unless you want to pull the cord. So when I smack it, pull the cord. And the third one, you can cruise down where you're kind of like just chilling out and you're like looking around like a happy guy, or he can make it fun like a roller coaster. And they should tell you that on the ground. Which one do you prefer? So if you ever go plane jumping,
that's kind of like mixing the monitors.
That's where I was going with this. I'm so glad you bring that up. That's why people listening are like, wow, that is the most tangent bullshit story, but it's not. It's not, Ray.
Tell me what you need right now, but be very specific.
Eddie's thinking beer in a can.
Yes.
Please, maybe please, maybe please. Deep Thoughts by Ratt.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had this conversation the other day with another friend of mine, and mixing monitors, it's the worst gig you can ever get.
Yeah, you guys are the first ones to get fired.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems pretty accurate.
And
it's not because of your table manners.
No. No, not at all.
Well, a lot of times I think you have to be a mind reader also. If there's not
the real reason is, the guys, they're super acute to you, right? They're hearing you instead of looking at the lights or whatever crap we're up to. They're listening to you. I just honestly, I preferred it when they yell at a sound guy. It's not that they're not. I'm not happy because they're not yelling at me. I just feel more comfortable knowing that they're yelling at you guys too, because I love yelling at sound people. I think it's good. Actually, I got a sound guy question. I got a real one since I'm picking on you already. And that was so do you go to see a show or do you go to hear a show?
Well, I'm not gonna go home humming the light show. But that's a tough one.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
deep hearted.
I go to see the show myself because I never get an opportunity to see such a thing. I'm usually by a drummer.
So nobody,
that's pretty much what I see.
No kids going to see a show go, hey, we're gonna go listen to a show. They never say that, and that's because no one gives a shit about sound guys.
No, but and here, Eddie, here's one for you.
Go ahead.
Russ Parrish, which you know very well.
Yes, I do.
Told me a long time ago, back in the early mid 90s, he went to go see his first show, and it was Judas Priest, and the guitar tech went out and had an open A chord, and the crowd went wild. And that's when he realized, I want to be a guitar tech.
You cut out. You said that he realized he did want to be a guitar tech, right?
Yeah. Well, now he's also the biggest guitar player in the world. But he's like, I want to be a tech. I want to do this. And I've stood in front of, and so has Eddie, in front of hundreds of thousands of people and just hit that one chord and the crowd goes crazy.
It's a great feeling. You
And
know,
it's-
where you get the
it's-
hair standing up on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're kind of
Even
like, wow,
just
this
hitting the
is
kick drum, it's the first kick through the PA. Everybody's like, ooh.
Yeah.
And I love that feeling.
yeah.
So that's like one of the few bands that I worked for lately. They're like, we don't want anything through the PA. Just do it through headphones. And I'm like, I want to hear it. I want to make sure it actually works.
Yeah.
Because I've done it a couple of times where the mute button is broken. So I can hear it in my headphones. And then the band starts and that thing doesn't work.
I'm glad you realize that that's not good enough, Ray. That's good.
No.
You are a true seasoned professional.
Yeah, I want to hear it. If I got kicking vocals, I'm good. I can move on from there.
What do you think the best opening chords are? I love Guns N' Roses, so for me, they open up with "Welcome to the Jungle," and you hear that dun 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 dun, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it's like putting the gas down on your Pantera. You know, I don't know, you're ready to rock.
No, I would do. I don't know. I think like Judas Priest breaking the law.
Oh, Breaking the Law is awesome.
If you
Counting
can get
Crows,
that,
Eddie? Counting Crows, huh?
I was thinking Survivor, Ray. How you going to miss that one?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Sorry, Frankie.
Come on, I the Tiger. That's a legendary riff to start it off. That should have been your first go-to. It'll disappoint you. I'm sure
how did they
Frankie's
write Eye
gonna
of
be
the
a little mad
Tiger?
at
Do you
as
know?
well.
Were they like? How did they write Eye of the Tiger? I know they wrote it for the movie. I think right. They wrote it. They were
Yes.
hired to write a song.
Yeah,
Because I
They
think he
wrote-
wanted to use something else, and then they wouldn't let him. So he was like, "All right, we'll just write a song."
yeah. They wrote it for the movie. Yeah, and same thing with what's
Burning
the other
Heart?
one? What's the other one, Eddie?
Burning Heart.
Burning Heart.
Yeah,
which
that was
in
great
Rocky
too.
4.
Yeah, Rocky 4. The Rocky 3, I think, is the Eye of the Tiger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the end where they're both like ready to. They're both
That's-
ready to go at
that's-
it again, and
That's
then
that's the only movie where they use the same song in the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie.
they've never ever done that in any. I mean, I don't know shit about movies. I'll believe you, but
Nope, never been happened.
I have Mr. T's boxing trunks from that movie. I'm a memorabilia.
What?
Well,
Yeah,
you might want to wash them and just
I wear them around the house. It was no, come on, every guy knows Pain. You know, he was the scariest dude, man.
Yeah.
Man, he came up. I'm like, damn, poor Rocky. Poor Rocky. Look how scared he looks. And he's such a good guy, Rocky. He's such a good guy. Yeah, man, Mr. T was badass in that movie.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, there's some other like Queen, you know, for Who Wants to Live Forever. Highlander's okay, but I don't really like Christopher Lambert too much. But the Queen song definitely helps things out, you know. I wonder how much of the success from Rocky came from the good tunes. I would honestly think a little bit of it,
I would say so as well.
right? It got you going, man. It got you pumped. It was great.
I mean, I remember sitting in the studio when they did the last Survivor album, and it was basically written for what would it be? Rocky 6, the last one, Rocky 5.
Yeah, the newest one I think was just called Rocky, but yes.
Yeah. And Frankie wrote all these songs, and we spent 7 weeks in LA. And it was Sylvester Sly showed up, and he's like, I don't like any of these songs.
Oh,
And he walked away.
what a dick. Tell him to go chase it. Go chase a chicken, Sly. Go chase a chicken, man.
Yeah. But they
But
released
did the song
album.
suck? Were they
No, the songs
were
were
good?
great.
Okay.
I mean, they were good songs. I mean, it was a good album. I mean, very 80s, but it's not a bad album. I mean, we spent a lot of time. We did between Chicago, LA, some other city. I can't remember.
Hemet, California, probably. That's another big one.
No, it wasn't Hemet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just trying to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I've been to Hemet.
have you? I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yes.
You picking up meth? I should be careful. It would honestly be a bummer, man. I mean, you do seven tracks is a lot of work, and then all of them are no goes. I mean, that'd be a pretty depressing evening.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I was sitting in the other room while he's listening to the songs, and I'm like, oh shit, he's not gonna like these.
Was he just saying next one, or was he just sitting there bored?
Oh, he's just next one.
I could just picture him on his phone playing like what's that bird game where they like
Angry Birds.
He's playing Angry Birds. He's like, no.
Next.
Nope. No. How do you say no in Italian? No.
Nope.
Anyway, poor Survivor, guys. I don't care though. I still like them. I don't give a shit.
Dude, I
released
love
the album
Yeah,
anyway?
for sure.
I love those guys to death. Both me and Eddie toured with them forever.
Good people.
Yeah, we had some good times.
Did they release the album anyway, or are they going to release it, or do you know?
No. I got it released. Yeah, it was released like 14 years ago.
Oh, okay, so this is cutting edge stuff we're talking about right now. That's good. Man, I'm really glad I read the news today.
I think Eddie was sleeping in my son's bedroom at the time. Yeah, I kicked my son out of his bedroom so Eddie could stay in my house.
Yep, that
Nice.
happened.
That did happen.
It did. I
Priorities.
stayed there for a couple months when the roadie was having some rough times and then transition.
Yeah. All right. So here's some questions for you guys. We got some good ones here. So we're talking about movies. So I was watching this movie, and I was watching actually Poltergeist because I had the guy in here from Poltergeist. He wrote Poltergeist. And have you noticed that when dead people wake up in the movies, they're always so tired? And I question, if you were dead, you've been sleeping a minute, how come they wake up all tired? I'd be pretty well rested.
Yeah.
Right? And I'd wake up ready to be like, let me hear some Survivor songs. But in the movies, they always wake up where they're just dead tired. And I question this. I don't think it's really valid. I think people who believe in paranormal shit, they might be wrong just on that account alone. Because I think a ghost would be happy and like doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. That makes sense.
I'm glad you guys agree.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean,
It's good. It's good.
I don't know. I sleep like a vampire when I sleep at home. So
See, I sleep good too.
yeah.
Sleep better on a bus, but I sleep good.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
I cannot wait to get in that bunk. Oh, God.
Yeah, I sleep like baby. All right, here's another one. This is even more important. This is a big one for me. I live in LA, so I see a lot of people that are driving their Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maserati, whatever, I don't know, McLaren. And you ever look over, you want to see who they are, but they always have tinted windows for starters. And I think it's because they don't give a shit if they get a ticket. But they always got tinted windows. But if they have the window down, you look at them, it's never anybody famous, ever. And they're always by themselves. And I think it's because nobody wants to drive with them, and they're like midlife crisis car. So they go out by themselves.
That could be it.
Yeah. Well, especially in LA. I mean, I lived there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So what, in Sweden, it's always like ABBA? It's like, oh, there's ABBA again.
No. Yeah, we got ABBA and Volvo.
In flames.
ABBA's in the newest Volvo.
Oh, yeah.
The blonde chick. So the blonde lady one, she married her stalker, right?
I don't know about that one. I know that the two guys and the two girls in ABBA got married.
They got married to each other? Oh.
Yeah,
No,
and then they got.
I should do that. I should do that stuff where I bring up stuff. It's like, so, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger are really like a gay couple, right? And just see what everybody goes like, oh, wow, really? Just see where it goes.
Well, they could be. I mean, I just watched the Escape Plan yesterday.
Which movie?
Escape Plan.
I don't know. It was good.
It's okay, but it's Stallone and Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I watch it. I don't care. I'm in. I love all that stuff. They're just so fun. They're what my girlfriend, she watched Roadhouse for the first time like a year ago.
What, for the first time?
I know, right? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Friggin' women. But she was just crying with laughter throughout the whole movie. And remember the scene where Patrick Swayze kills the guy in the lake or the river or whatever? You watched it 4 times in a row because you couldn't believe how amazing it was.
It's so awesome.
Ripping his throat out.
Yeah, it was just.
Oh yeah.
I forget. They got these great lines too. I forgot what they were, but it's like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. That kind of stuff. Snakes on a plane.
Oh, snakes on a plane. Don't even get started on that one.
Snakes on a plane.
Terrible.
So, what are your favorite Swedish bands if you don't like ABBA?
Well, I always said my favorite Swedish bands are the ones that are paying me.
Understood. Do they pay a lot though?
That's negotiable. But yeah, there's a lot of good Swedish bands. I mean, those guys are so talented over there. It's ridiculous.
When was the last time you lived in Sweden? I'm assuming it's been a long time.
30 years.
Yeah, a long time. So you're in the States now?
Yeah, I've been here for 30 years.
We figured that out. We're good. Eddie knew.
Okay. Eddie knew.
You didn't even have any fingers in the air. All right, let's pick on Eddie. Let's give Eddie a hard time. So,
okay, yeah, because
I know.
The first time I met Eddie, ask him about that one.
Eddie, when was the first time that you met Ray?
Raymond didn't like me the first time I met him for some odd reason. I thought I was being pretty cool, but
no, you were a dick.
I guess I was a dick.
Well, okay. All right. I'm glad. Okay, this is a good question. And so, why were you being mean to the Ray here? He's like pretty chill guy.
When at the beginning of my career, when you don't know everything about what you should know,
yeah.
Then
and you're like drum teching at the time, or what were you doing?
I was drum teching at the time, and it was early in my career, and you
were the stage manager too.
Stage manager too, and honestly, I really had no idea what the fuck to do as a stage manager. So I thought that I had to be a dick and just be like, "Yo, put your shit over there, put your shit over here." It was just lack of knowledge, and just trying to be a little hard ass, and it hurt poor little Raymond's feelings, but we got past it, and now he's one of my good buds.
That's nice. That's a beautiful love story. You guys had an arc, it started so sad, and then after a little while I just felt for you guys. That's nice.
No, I love Eddie. I mean, I recommend it from any gig there is.
That's
well,
cool.
Thank you, Raymond. Likewise.
So why did you guys get into the industry, or how did you get in the industry, or what's it like in Sweden? So I mean, in Sweden, what part of Sweden are you from? Are you from a big area or a little village or what?
No, I grew up in Stockholm.
Okay, so big city.
Yeah.
So did you start as a stagehand, or how did you get going?
What I did was I played in a band, and we couldn't afford renting sound systems, so I built my own.
That's neat. What did you play?
Guitar.
Okay, cool.
So
I still have the guitar.
I'm looking at my guitars right now. No, I don't have the first one.
Oh, okay. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, but so I play guitar, and I was like, how hard can it be to build a sound system? And it just escalated from there. We had a really big show, and we had to rent a sound company. The owner of the sound company goes, "You want to come work for me?" I'm like, "I'm 17. No, 16." And we just started working, and then I got a job there, and I went on tour.
So you stopped with the band and you jumped into the sound gig.
Yeah. And I liked it more because I built my own sound system.
Wow. You know, there's some big sound designers that came out of Hemet.
Yeah. Well, this is way before
Legendary.
that. Yeah.
This
Well,
is way before Hemet was there.
Yeah.
See, these European guys, it's always the same. You know, that building's brand new. They just hate on everything, all the buildings in America. That graveyard that's a new graveyard. We have people who died way before. Anyway,
house,
okay. So
the house I grew up in was 100 years old.
So I got a good friend of mine. His name's Keefe, and I think he just sold it, but he had a house in the south of France, and the key to the front door was older than the United States of America.
Wow.
Isn't it cool? It really
That's amazing.
It was amazing. And the house I want to go check it out. It's right at the bottom of the Pyrenees. It's just beautiful, man. It looks so cool.
And this is what, you know, Eddie knows this and you know this. It's like, that's just why, and anybody listening to this podcast.
That's not a lot of people, by the way, but.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The six
I will guarantee you that anybody who would listen to this does not know that Sweden was a country or where it is.
Okay.
They do know Swedish fish. They do know.
Yeah, it stinks.
Yeah. He's talking about the real stuff. That stuff's nasty. I was talking about the little. Anyway, okay. So, all right.
No, I'm just, I'm telling all the young kids out there.
Right.
Travel.
Well, I mean, like, so what's going to happen? I think the floodgates are going to open. Everybody's going to need to get some money going again. And I think traveling is going to be really cheap. You know, I said it on this thing before, but I want to go to Antarctica. I want to look at penguins and stuff. It's the most expensive trip you can do. Book all of them now. Start going. Go.
It's unbelievable.
You been to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Dude, did you do a show there?
No, we just went from Argentina and we just went down for a day trip and then back.
Well, there's only so much to see, but you can say you saw it. So that's the thing. Yeah. Argentina and all that stuff's beautiful too. So
yes,
that's all part of the trip.
Yeah. I mean, that's my retirement home. It's Argentina.
Oh, okay. I was assuming it wasn't Antarctica, but
no. I'm gonna go a little further north.
Would you go back and live in Sweden?
No.
Really? But again, beautiful country, nice people.
It's beautiful, it's nice, but it's no.
Okay. Where are you from, Eddie?
I was born in Ohio in a small town called Huron, and now I'm living in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh, nice.
I love it here. This is paradise down here.
Yeah.
And Ray was living here for a long time, and now he's living in Ohio, but we're trying to get him back down here.
Yeah. Florida, everybody's leaving my homeland here, LA or whatever. Everybody wants out. So it's going to just be me and my podcast and my pink beer. You're getting an offshoot today. So how did you get going in the industry, Eddie? You were...
I moved from... After I graduated high school, I did 1 year of college, and I didn't have much going for me in Ohio. So my dad got transferred. He was working for a Ford Motor Company in Lorain, Ohio, and he got transferred down to Louisville, Kentucky to the KTP plant.
Okay.
And I didn't have much going on. He's like, I'm moving down. He goes, you want to come down and stay with me at an apartment? And, you know, maybe I'll find something down there. And I was like, all right. So I came down there, and there wasn't really much work that I was really looking for, you know, just a year out of college. So somehow I ended up getting a job at Deja Vu, a titty bar there in Louisville.
I might have heard of this establishment before.
You may have.
Might have.
Yeah. And so I was working there as the door guy, and the DJ, he had a new band that was coming out, and he was shopping around his demo and trying to get a record deal and everything. And they started doing some local shows, and he's like, hey man, you want to come out and, you know, help us move some gear and, you know, make sure my shit's good. Like, just take care of my monitor basically. And I go, sure. I go, by the way, what's a monitor? And he's like, what, you don't know shit, do you? And I go, I have no clue. And I pointed over at an SVT 8x10 cab, and I go, I'll sling that big son of a bitch around though. I'll take it wherever you want me to. And he's like, all right. So we started doing local shows, and then, They were showcasing for record labels and everything. And shortly after, they got a record deal with Island Def Jam. And by the end of '99, we were out on the road and I was touring. And again, I didn't know shit. So I just learned everything as I was going. And
so what band was that?
Primer 55.
Okay.
They were based out of Louisville / Memphis, Tennessee.
Here's one. So how did you get your second gig? I haven't asked anybody that yet. Because it's true, you could get lucky and get a gig, and then you meet a couple people, maybe you get a second gig. But
well, I was living in Louisville, Kentucky at the time, and there was another band that was just coming up. There was a local also called Flaw.
Okay.
And Flaw ended up being my second gig.
So you just work the ranks.
Yeah, and then it's from network. You know how it is. You just go out, you network, you try to meet as many people as you can, let your work, take care of your work and, have a good attitude. It goes a long way. Yeah.
Plus you're 19 years old, 20 years old. So
exactly. And you pretty much do anything that anybody would tell you to do.
Whatever they want.
So yeah.
I mean, who the hell wants to work at a titty bar? So luckily you got out of there.
I'm jaded from the whole thing now. I mean, years of that shit. So
and they're called shoe models, by the way. It's not.
Oh yes, my bad.
Yeah. I had
Eddie, I don't know where I gotta do a fucking fist bump on that one.
Yeah, it's fun. We do the air fist bump. They had Keith Marks on here, and he worked for Styx for like ever, man. There's those stripper songs that there's a how many of them that you just every time it's Rob Zombie, every strip club Rob Zombie.
Oh yeah.
And I told him there was this lady who she would dance to the song Crystal Ball. And I don't give a shit what he has to say about Styx. That's the greatest song ever written in history of we were 17 years old and she was dancing that song. I'm like, this is the most beautiful love song ever.
It is a gorgeous song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a gorgeous song. So like, why did you get into music? I'm like, oh, the memories. Oh, the memories. All right. So Ray, you are on IMDb. Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea what that is.
I'm gonna excite you then. It's called the Internet Movie Database. It's owned by Amazon, actually. But you were on a show called Inkslingers, and your title is Rocker Number 2. And I was wondering how you got the credits to get that illustrious title, and how were you qualified? Or is this another Ray?
No. What title?
It was a TV show called Inkslingers.
Oh yeah.
See? And whether you know it or not, you are Rocker Number 2 in the description of the show.
I had
but number
no
one
idea.
in our hearts.
I had no idea.
Right. No, okay. I was gonna say, because that's a good role.
I had no idea.
That's a resume builder. You need to work on talking to them to see. And then Eddie, what's celebrating David Bowie? I saw that on your resume. Was it was a tour or what was it?
It was some of the musicians that played with David Bowie over the years, including his piano player, Mr. Garson was with them for over 1,000 shows. Yeah, the guy that wrote the bass line for Let's Dance. I can't think of his name right now. I'm drawing a blank and I'm terrible about this, but he was part of the whole thing too, and one of the backup singers for the Rolling Stones. It was really cool. Some great musicians, guitar players that used to play with David as well.
Yeah, like the old guard. That's great.
Earl Slick and Ghost. It was really cool. Joe Sumner, which is Sting's son, he was part of it as well. Yeah, that's so. How long was that tour? And were they just playing David Bowie stuff, or was it a mishmash of stuff? It was Bowie. Yeah, they were doing Bowie songs, covers of all the Bowie stuff. I was only there for a couple of weeks because I filled in on the second half of a tour. Another one of my buddies was taking care of the gig, and he had a previous commitment to leave, and then I finished it up. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I love those random gigs, man. That sounds awesome. Yeah, and then the musicianship, those guys, it's insane. It's insane. That's neat. I like it. Okay. All right, what else we got? So I know you got something about Ratt. I've talked to quite a few people about Ratt, and everybody has a great Ratt story. So
They toured a lot too, though, man. Those guys worked their asses off. They were They were actually on this. I pulled up this one-hit wonder list, and Ratt was on the one-hit wonder list, and we got all vehement because that's bullshit. They were not a one-hit wonder.
Oh, they got a couple hits.
They had a couple hits for sure, man.
It's not a couple. It's like 10 of it.
Right. They're great. Anyway, I interrupted you. So tell us something cool about Ratt. Why should we like Ratt? This should come to mind immediately, by the way. Otherwise, no one's ever going to hire you.
Well,
I'll tell you why we should like Ratt. Because I did a show with Ray before Ray got the Ratt gig. We both came in as hired backline guys.
Okay, it's gonna start it.
I'll start at this, and then Ray can get into another one. But so we're down in, I think it's Sarasota or
it was
Bradenton, somewhere down there.
It was Sarasota at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's this Budweiser like racing team has this private party, and Ratt's playing, and I think there's a few other bands also. But Ray and I got hired as the backline guys to take care of the band. Like we're bringing the backline in like as technicians. You know, normally the band will have their own tech, and the backline guy just brings the gear. The backline techs will take over and do all that. So they hired us as techs. I was guitar teching for Warren. And Raymond was taking care of Robbie Crane, and who else were you taking care of at that time?
John Corabi.
Okay, Corabi, that's right. So it starts raining. First of all, it's Budweiser private party. They have these catwalks going out on the stage, and I'm like, what the hell is all this all about? Like, what are they doing?
Working at the strip club, I figured you would know what a catwalk is for, but
now it's all coming to me, and I was like, I know what those things are for.
I knew I was meant to do this.
After line check and everything, they start bringing. There's a titty bar down there called Cheetahs.
Yeah, so I might have heard of that one too. There's
all these girls are coming out like right before the show starts, and we're like, oh, mind you, and it's been raining all day. It's been raining all day. And right next to the stage, there's a tent that has bottles of any booze that you could think of. All the vodka, all the whiskey, all the bourbon, tequila, beer, any beer you could think of. And of course, it starts raining. So we're tarping everything up. And they're like, hey, guys, you guys are welcome to have whatever you want over here. It's open bar for all you guys. And we're like, ooh, boy. And again, this was earlier in my career where, when you're at that young age and you're just really not giving a shit. And you're like, okay, a couple free drinks. Absolutely.
No, Eddie, that's when you were sleeping in my son's bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was driving to Saturn.
So were you hiding the booze bottles under the bed?
Oh, no. We were
no. There's
underneath the tarps, actually, because we had tarps covering up the gear. So we were just making big stiff cocktails and just drinking that. And so we went about the day and did all of our work and everything. And then it's showtime. And I got my buzz on pretty well at this point. And obviously being an 80s rocker fan growing up, a big fan of Ratt. So I was really excited about the show.
I didn't think we were going to do the show. I thought we were going to cancel it.
I thought we were going to cancel, but it ended up happening.
Why?
Not only did it happening, all the girls from Cheetahs started getting up on the stage.
You kicked them
that's
off,
right. That's right.
I tried to kick them off because I'm just being, a good roadie. And then I was told to get out of the way.
Yeah, go over there and sing to Styx or whatever.
Yeah. So the girls get up on stage. Next thing you know, they're playing round and round, and I'm rocking. I'm full on rocking on the side. And you put an arrow, and I'm doing like the arrow thing.
Oh yeah,
I'm totally acting out on the stage. And Bobby Blotzer looks over at me, and he's just playing. He's like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" And I'm over here. I'm like, Bobby, I'm rocking, dude. Ever. You guys are fucking killing it. And I'm, and they're just looking at me like, well. So, needless to say, after this show, I got a little speaking to about, hey, take it easy on the open bar next time. Well, man, I can't help it. I'm a rocker through and through. You get Ratt there in front of me,
dude. It was that was like one of the best shows I've ever done in my life.
They were cool. They used to play on Sunset all the time, man. All the time. Those guys must have like not turned gigs down. They worked so hard. They were always playing. And Bobby, I think, was the manager of the band back then.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's not the nice. I'm not gonna put this on podcast, but yeah, he's the manager. He's the boss.
Yeah.
And
that's why you got a Stern talking to, because he was in charge. If it was one of the other guys, it would have been all right.
Well, if that guy was in charge, then holy smokes.
Yeah, he was in charge.
I'm looking at Eddie right now.
All right. I'm gonna jump into Thin Lizzy because I love Thin Lizzy.
All right, let's do Thin Lizzy.
I love Thin Lizzy. So what years were you doing it, and who was singing?
I did 2010 and 11, and it was Ricky Warwick.
Okay.
From shoot.
You could just say not from Sweden. You're probably right.
Yeah,
that's good enough.
It was an Irish band called. He was married to Glenda Warwick.
He left a lasting impression, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Did he know Whiskey in the Jar? Did he know all the words and put them in the right places?
It was all there.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
They're so good. In all honesty, I was talking because it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They announced their stuff. I guess it's about a month ago now. I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago. And I never really liked the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it's one of the guys. People have varied opinions. One guy saying, "I'm not from the United States, so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is such a pile of shit. If you're not from here, it's crap." But I was talking to a journalist who said it's great. And it's great because it brings relevancy to some artists that we don't talk about. And it gives me something to talk about and to listen to again. I thought that was very positive. I like the idea of it. With all that being said, the Irish fellow was like, the fact that Thin Lizzy isn't in it is just so fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid. And
they totally should be in there.
Oh, hi, come on. How come you're not? Yeah.
Yeah. And when I started with them, it was Scott Gorham. I was doing guitar teching, and it was Scott Gorham that I worked for, and then Vivian Campbell.
Oh, okay, Def Leppard, right?
Yeah, and it was just absolutely amazing. I mean,
like that pull Eddie. I just totally sound like I knew what I was fucking talking about, huh?
Yeah,
that was bitching.
That was bitching for sure, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean it was just so much fun, and then Marco Mendoza on bass.
We're going back to I don't know who that is.
Whitesnake.
Okay, good. Thank you for helping me out.
You know Marco Mendoza. Come on.
No, I know the name. I do. I don't know. No, I care about that guy. I love that guy.
Yeah, but it was just like stupid. It was like so much fun, and then you got Scott Gorham, and I wasn't. Okay, I'll take it back. I was starstruck.
Yeah.
Scott Gorham walks up to me and is like, "Hey, are you my new guitar tech?" I'm like, "Holy fucking shoot. Yes." Yeah, I'm going to take care of guitars. And it's like, I got a bunch of stuff I want to do to my guitars.
Oh, crap. So you're like rehabbing the guy's all of his gear. You're the luthier now?
And I got to redo all the gear.
Is that standard? That's not normal, right? That you have to redo everything? Or is that totally, there is no normal. You do whatever.
No, that's not normal.
Okay.
At all. So if for anybody new listening to this podcast and you walk into a guitar teching position, most likely you just got to walk into a position and you're done.
Okay.
And then if you can tweak it a little bit to your liking, ask the guitar player first and then do it.
Cool.
But I had to completely redo his whole guitar rig.
So that was a crappy gig?
No, it was great.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, because he gave me full free range of doing whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah, I love it.
And then he's like, listen to the old albums, and this is what I want it to sound like.
And you were a Thin Lizzy fan, I would assume. I think everybody.
It's Scott Gorham.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll answer that for him. I know that he was a big fan before he got the gig. I know that for fact.
It's not even Thin Lizzy. It's 21 Guns, which is one of my favorite albums of all albums. Yeah.
What was your first band, Eddie, where you were like, I can't believe I'm working for these guys?
Working for them.
Eddie. Okay.
You can do both. It's okay.
You can jump in, Eddie.
I was really shitting my pants when I first started working for Alter Bridge, because I was a big Creed fan growing up.
Really?
And when I walked in there and I was sitting there, Shane, the drum tech at the time, was giving me the whole rundown of the rig and everything. He was training me for a couple of days. So we're there, and I knew Ian, the bass tech, guitar tech for Miles. And the other guys I didn't know, was all new. So so we're sitting there and I see Brian Marshall, the bass player, walk in. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Brian Marshall. Fuck. And I'm like, this is cool. And then I see Tremonti come in. And I'm like, holy shit. And then here comes Flip, the drummer. And I'm like, oh my God. I start getting all nervous and everything. And, I was totally in shock about it. But it ended up being great. He was super cool right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And then they're great guys to work with. And I couldn't be happier, man. I was, because when you meet one of your favorite bands and you're just like, oh God, please don't be a dick. Please don't be.
Yeah, please don't be. Yeah.
Please. I mean, just don't give me any attitude. I mean, I understand I'm the new guy and everything, but please. No, but they were all super, super cool. Every one of them.
Yeah.
And then that made it more comfy afterwards. You know what I mean? But still, after I got home, I called my brother and I was like, fuck, dude, the first day it was awesome.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. Then what about Steel Panther, man? Because I mean, they must be fun as hell. They played on Suns. They were the house band.
Honestly, it's the funnest gig that I've ever done. And I've been with those guys on and off for like 7 years now. And I swear it's so fucking funny. And they're the greatest guys too, man. Right when I see them first thing in the day, they'll come up and give me a hug. So it's very genuine.
I had this neighbor lady in my old house, and she's like fully sleeved. She's all tatted up, but she's a flute teacher, flautist, right? Flautist. And she's
a flautist, yeah.
Flautist. And she's diehard a Steel Panther fan. And so she'd come. Yeah, and she'd come and she'd tell us all about everything. And I mean, it was crazy. And then she says, I'm one of their groupies. And I'd be like, oh, all right. So then I get drunk, and I invited her to every party because she's so nutty. I love this chick, right? I mean, she's fully tatted up, and she's a flute teacher for high school students. And this is great. This lady's awesome. So I invited her to parties and be like, so if you're going to be a groupie, I mean, how come you don't pick a cool band? And she's like, what does that mean? I'm just wondering. I mean, if I was to be a groupie, I think if I was a bang guy, I'd be like Ozzy Osbourne, because I would definitely be on top. Because he's old, he can't really walk around. She's like, what are you talking about? I'll be like, well, I'm just saying I'll pick a bigger band. And she's like, Steel Panther's the best fucking band that's ever lived. But she had like such enthusiasm. It was like part of their act where they're over the top. I'm like, they should put you in their shit, man, because you're like so animated,
Oh, it's hilarious. And those guys, when we're just traveling and everything, they'll get on a topic and just go. They'll be on 90 minutes later, they're still cracking on the same exact topic. But just very subtly, like when you think it's all gone, no,
it's still going.
So they just open it back up.
The Key Club. I think they were the house band at the Key Club.
They were.
Yes.
They work.
They started at the Viper Room, and then they started doing the Key Club, and then they were doing the House of Blues until that place closed down.
That's right.
No, that's not true.
Really?
They started at the FM station.
Oh, before that, yes.
Yeah.
That was back in metal school days, though, right?
It was metal school. They started as metal school, and then they moved to the Key Club. No, they moved to the Viper Room, and then in Viper, then
Key Club. The thing they had that was so smart was You never knew who was going to sit in, ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you could and you would want to go because every time was like a new Tommy Lee or whatever. I mean, it was just a new somebody who was there to watch him play and was all about going up for one song.
Yeah.
It was really fun, man.
I saw Perry Farrell and Nuno Betancourt came out and played when I was as a spectator watching Steel Panther for the first time. And my jaw was on the fucking floor from that. I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah. They're real fun. Good gig, dude. That must have been great. Yeah. Rob Zombie ever sing for Steel Panther?
It's Eddie Meade.
Not that I'm aware of.
All you need is Eddie Meade.
All you need is Eddie Meade. Do you drink mead? Mead's good.
Oh no, I do not like mead actually.
I do.
Oh no, man! I've gone to the Ren Fair and I've actually given a good try numerous times, and it's not my bag.
All right, nobody's perfect.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Eddie, what's going on with your background there? It's all blue.
Oh, man, Ray.
He's a lighting tech. Oh wow! Look at that, man.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
Oh come on, it's beautiful.
That.
Right. That looks like it should be a music video setting.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an 80s. I need some par cans up in this bitch, to be honest with you.
Some par cans.
You do. You probably get a good deal on them now. I don't know how to use them, but that'd be cool. All right, so here's my big question here. I try to ask everybody when I'm not too drunk to forget. So my buddy has a 5th grade daughter, and bear in mind it's coming from a 5th grader. So she her question that she wanted me to ask people when I first started was, when was the first time you felt famous? So bear in mind it's a 5th grader. So to make it a broader question, when was the first time you felt famous, was celebrity, just felt good about what you were doing, you smiled from ear to ear, there was some sort of event that made you feel special? What first comes to mind? Because you don't need to be a celebrity to feel famous. So there's actually a bigger question than I think what she realized.
Go ahead, Ray. You go first. Let me think about this for a second.
Yeah, because I got to think about this too. I gotta say, when I performed the first song that I ever wrote at my high school auditorium in front of 200 people.
That's neat. What was the song called?
KGB.
And so you're in high school still at the time. So so do you guys have O levels, or how do you do it in Sweden? What you're 16 years old when you finished high school, or?
Yeah, 16. Yeah,
16. That's cool.
But
did you get a standing ovation?
We did. Yes.
Nice. That's great.
In front of 200 people.
Yeah, that's killer.
Nice. That's a killer first gig.
That's a great gig. Did girls throw their panties at you? I don't know. That's underage stuff, huh? That's bad.
Yeah, I did. I did get a blowjob after the show.
Okay. Next question. Eddie.
I don't know if you can edit that one out.
I mean, it isn't even worse if it's like making underage jokes and about a different country. I don't know. Is that like an international felony thing? I don't. Anyway.
No, it's not a felony.
Okay.
No, she enjoyed it.
Okay, Eddie, do you have anything that's not X-rated for us, please? Thank you, Ray.
I guess just the first time that it was probably like an Ozfest 2000. That was the first big festival of anything that I've ever done. And then just getting off the stage and just like walking through the crowd, and somebody would come up and be like, yo, you're the roadie for Primer 55? Holy shit, we want to buy you drinks. You know, that was probably the first time that I was just like, yeah, man, this is fucking pretty cool.
So did you wear your laminate everywhere you went?
Not on days off, because I was told not to.
Yeah, because you were told not to. Nice.
Yeah. Right away, I was told, don't be wearing that shit around. And of course, I didn't know. I was green as shit. So like, you know, I did have it on my belt loop of my pants and wore pants. Yeah. The first tour was everywhere I went.
Is that the same time you told me you were the stage manager for the opening act that I worked for?
That was even earlier than that, Raymond.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Ozfest 2001. You did that?
Ozfest 2000.
I might have done shows with you.
That was the year that Pantera was right before Ozzy, and it was Static X.
I did shows with Static X a bit. No, I think I'm 2000.
Godsmack.
Yeah, Godsmack. STP. It was STP. STP, I think, was 2000.
No, I wish they were, because that's probably my favorite band of all time, actually. STP.
That's who I worked for the longest.
Oh, you were drum tech for them.
No, that guy, the drum tech, his name is McGee. I was, I don't know.
Yeah, McGee. He's a good friend of mine.
McGee?
Yeah.
One of the funniest human beings in the world, man.
He is. And he's a really, really good drum tech, too.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love that.
Sorry, Eddie.
Oh, I'm not mad.
Yeah, he's it's that dry Bostonian humor. It just creeps up and you're like, dude, what the fuck did you go with the
Yeah, exactly.
So I should hit him up. I got to get him on here. Yeah, I like me some McGee. But yeah, so I was with STP.
Oh yeah, you should get him on here. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll hit him up. I'll tell him that Ray said so. He'll be like, oh, Ray? Yeah, from Sweden. Yeah.
What were you doing with STP?
I was a carpenter when I started, so I was kind of like a little bit of everything. I was doing carp and then lighting and then stage managing at the end with a bit of help from Maxie Williams. But stage.
I love Maxie. He's great.
Yeah. Did you watch the episode on here with him?
I saw a little bit with him and Frank on there. That was good. I was cracking.
I talked some shit on that one. Oh, this is 20 years worth of shit. Here we go. You know, I was ready to unleash on those assholes. But Frank, man. Just story after story. He just remembers everything. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. He's great. I love that guy.
It's fun.
The best thing I remember with Eddie was Opeth. And I don't know where we were. Somewhere in Germany. And Fred, the guitar player, goes, "What do you fancy?" Oh shit!
That was a nice one. What a story! If we never do a greatest hits compilation.
No, I totally missed it because it's fucking stopped working. What did you say, Eddie? Oh,
what's up? What'd you fuck up? What are you doing?
I just moved my cursor. What did you say when he said, "What do you fancy?"
Shit,
women.
I don't remember.
You should say women.
I was probably drunk. If we were in Germany, I'd be willing to bet I was drunk.
The one day in Germany with Frederick, and you go, "Hello, bird. What do you fancy?"
Hello, bird. What do you fancy?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
The little things in life.
Oh yeah.
That was like 15 years ago, and I still remember that to this day.
McGee's the one who gave me my nickname. It was Rifkin. And it was
right.
Yeah, that was fucking McGee, man. And I hated it. So they made me then they call me it all the time.
No, that's what you gotta do. When they call it you, be like, "Oh, that's the best. I love that one." And then it won't stick.
Yeah, they wouldn't stick. It would still be Joel, which is a good name. There's nothing fucking wrong with it, man.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
Christ, you're killing me.
Fucking Rifkin. I'd be like, oh God, here we go, man. It's a shitty name. I like it.
Oh, jeez.
When did you do Rob Zombie?
That was the second Twins of Evil tour with Rob and Manson co-headlining. So I guess
you
did that with, about
that's Maxie.
3 or 4 years ago.
That's the show you did with Maxie, or
no. Maxie was out with I think he was out with Five Finger when we did some stuff together. But I've known Maxie for a long time though, when he used to be the stage manager down in Mississippi at Biloxi House of Blues. So,
he got fired from that gig for drinking too much.
Did he really?
No. He's probably going to be like, okay, look, seriously, Rifkin, enough with the fucking jokes on your podcast. I'm trying to get hired, and you're talking to everybody in the industry, and you always bring me up and talk shit. Anyway, well, guys, I appreciate your time. If you have any other wonderful stories, please share them. But otherwise, I'll have to let you go.
There's stories for days. For days.
Who are you guys going out with next? Do you guys have any gigs lined up?
Yeah, I leave the 25th to start with Sevendust for that's a month long. And then August I have some things that are possible, nothing confirmed yet. And then back with Sevendust again in September for some festivals and some headline shows.
Yes.
Okay, so I get a call from my buddy Ramey. He's production manager for Cyndi Lauper, and he's like, "You want to come in guitar tech and keyboard tech?" And I was like, "Well, man, I don't have much experience at it," but I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll give it a try. Why not?" So he's like, "All right, we're gonna have you come to Weehawken in New Jersey, and that's where the rehearsals are going to be. So we'll have you come in there." And they weren't actually rehearsing when I came in there. I was just coming in to take a look at the rigs, do some labeling, and just, kind of just take a look at the gear basically before they get sent out. And I was like, all right. So I walk in and Cindy's on the phone and I just hear her over there like, "This is some bullshit. I don't know what the hell are you talking about?" So Ramey's like, "Hey, Cyn, this is Eddie." "Hello, Eddie. Nice to meet you. How are you?" She's like, "This promoter saying I destroyed a dressing room. That's not my style. I don't do that." And I was just like, "Oh shit," I was, and I was starstruck with that also. I was like, "Damn, Cyndi Lauper." Because I was a big WWF wrestling fan as a kid, Captain Lou Albano.
Oh yeah.
Cyndi, that was, huge stuff for me.
I love Cyndi Lauper. I love Cyndi Lauper. I think she's awesome.
And also on that same tour, Deborah Harry was playing too.
Okay.
And I got to carry Deborah Harry's luggage up to her hotel room one night.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, man. Cool gig.
How much lingerie did you steal?
Oh, if I would have had time, probably all of it. But I was just nervous. I'm in the elevator with her, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, it's Deborah Harry."
Did you ask her if she did? Because she says that she got into what was the serial killer dude where he had the VW bug, and she said that she got into.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh,
it's one of her things.
I didn't get that.
What's the guy's like one of the worst ones? He's a Bundy, Ted Bundy, Al Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Yeah, that's.
She says that she got into his car once.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up, but I think
close call.
Yeah, no good. Wrong car to get in.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Luckily, she got out and we had good music.
That's right. Thank God.
Hey, Ted, you still recording?
Yeah.
Because I got a good one for you.
Hit us.
All right. I'm going to put my in-ears back in.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Come on, Rowdy, get it together.
Yeah, get it together. You need a sound guy?
I'll call one. Stand by.
Okay.
So I get this call, and we're doing it was Taylor Dayne.
Okay.
Lovely, absolutely lovely lady. And the MD calls me up and he's like, "She's gonna drill you like crazy." I'm like, "Well, the show's in Mexico. I don't know what I got. I don't know the PA. I don't know nothing." Got in. And I don't know if she's amazing. But I apparently had too many enchiladas or tacos or something. So I farted like a mother trucker. And she comes out the front of the house and she goes, "Ray, can you?" "Okay, I'm walking away." And she walked away. And for 9 weeks, She never came to front of house. Because black beans in Mexico doesn't really work well with my stomach. I don't know.
Not for your little Swedish guts, huh?
I was gonna say it's the Swedish tennis. You gotta stick with the Swedish fish, man.
But it was so funny because her musical is actually going like, she's gonna come up and tell you what to do. And she walked out and she came out and she's like, I'm okay. It sounds okay.
I love it.
God.
It's like it was what
You gonna tell a good one this time, Ray?
I got a couple of names I want to put on recording.
Okay, you're recording.
You're recording. Okay, Blackie fucking Lawless.
Oh boy.
Suck my dick. Frankie Sullivan, I love you to death. I think that's about it.
Well, I'm glad we got that on camera. Thanks.
Because Eddie was there when I got fired from W.A.S.P.
Yes, I was.
Why'd you get fired?
All right.
Because I was asking for money. I wanted to get paid.
Should have got fired.
Yeah. He asked for his money, and it was a couple weeks into the tour where we were supposed to get paid at a certain point, and it was a few days beyond it, of course.
It was 4 weeks into the tour.
Okay, well, it was beyond payday. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And Ray had asked a couple of times, and he's like, I need my fucking money. I got fucking rent due, and the boss man didn't take too highly to that. And next thing you know, Ray and I got a good buzz going on, and we're at the hotel room on a day off. There's a knock at that door, and Ray's like, fuck off. And then I answer the door, and there's the boss man coming in, none too happy. And the next thing you know,
me and Eddie had to share the same hotel room.
Yeah, the next thing you know, Raymond's getting kicked off the bus in the middle of Germany. And that was pretty much it, just pretty much left. But luckily, the opening band was coming into the same hotel. And he's like, I'll work for you for free as long as you get me to Sweden, which they were Swedish as well, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yes, they were.
And they ended up letting him ride for the next few days. So it was pretty interesting the next day when he looks over and he goes, is that Raymond over there? Yep. I thought I sent him home. Well, he's not working with you right now. He's working with the other band. So it was it was a laugh at that point, but it was interesting.
It was pretty epic. Like
so you had to pay though to get back to the States on your own dime, yeah?
Well, the band that I worked for, that hired me, gave me a free ride back to Sweden.
Right.
My mom picked me up from the harbor.
Was she mad? Like, did you get fired again? How do you say that in Swedish? Did you get fired again? You're too old for this shit, Ray.
How do you say it in Swedish, Ray?
Fan, Raymond. Du får sluta.
That does sound like you fucking loser. You got
that
fired
sounds
again,
like
right?
You really fucked up again, right?
Yeah, definitely. It does sound like you fucking.
Then I never got paid.
Oh no.
No, I never got paid, but it's okay.
That whole thing was a mess.
So how many W.A.S.P. records do you still have at home?
I got all of them on my MP3.
Oh, see, he doesn't hold a grudge. That's good.
No, I'm not gonna hold a grudge because I love the band.
Yeah.
And all the band members, and I don't hold a grudge.
They're getting In-N-Out cheeseburgers with your money right now, though, Ray.
What's that?
Nothing. I don't know. Yeah.
I heard cheeseburger.
Freebie.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. That's mean. Okay.
Double.
Double. Jeez.
This sounds good as fuck right now, boy.
It's good. All right, I can stop recording. We're done. We're done here. Hey, thanks for watching Party Like a Rock Star. If you're not already subscribed to the Facebook or YouTube channels, do it. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The handle is Party of Stars. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.